Welcome to SEDES English. My name is Sam, and today we're going to be looking at present perfect. Okay, so what is present perfect? The easiest way you can look at it is something that started in the past, but it ends right now in the present. I know that sounds a little bit difficult, so don't overthink it, okay? Let's just look at some examples. So I have the formulas written down for you here. This is my positive formula, my negative formula, and I have my question formula. So for this formula, we first want to start off with the subject, okay? It could be I, we, they, he, she, it, you, okay? And then you need to use the auxiliary word have or has. Now, how do you know which one you're going to use? Well, let's look at it this side. If you are speaking in I, you, we, they, we have to use the auxiliary word have. Now, if we're speaking in the third person, he, she, it, we have to use the word has. Okay? And then we have the past participle. So now you're probably thinking, what the heck is a past participle? I know it sounds like a big word, and it is a big word, but all it is a different form of the verb. So here's the cool thing about it. If you have a regular verb like the word visit, what's visit in the past? It's visited, right? So if you want the past participle for visit, it stays the same as the past, visited. Okay? Same thing with study. What is the word study in the past? It's the word studied. So those won't change, right? Regular verbs in past participle do not change, okay? They are the same spelling that you would use in past, simple past. Now, when we get to irregular verbs, that's when you have to be a little bit careful, okay? Because there are some words that are going to be the same in the present. They're going to be the same that you would use in the past. And sometimes they change, like the word eat, okay? So the word eat, in the past, you would say ate, but that's not past participle. Past participle for eat is the word eaten. Okay, so now that looks a little bit different, right? That's a big of a change. Okay, so this change comes because it's an irregular word. Now, not every irregular verb is going to change this much, but some do. And for that, I recommend that you go through your list. There's many lists online that will show you the most common verbs and the past participle that goes with it. Okay, so these are the three verbs that we're going to be using today. Now, let's look back at our formula. The last thing that we need is an object. Let's make a sentence with I. I, and because we're using I, we have to use have. So I have, and I can say visited, because visited is my past participle. I have visited my mom today. Good. So I have visited my mom today. Okay, does it follow our formula? Let's see. So I is my subject, right? And then we need to choose one of the two auxiliary words. And have belongs to the word I. So perfect. I have, and then my past participle, visited. And who did I visit? My mom today. Good. So I have visited my mom. Okay, now the today is not necessary, so if you want to, we can take that out. And we can just say, I have visited my mom. Okay? Pretty good. So now let's make an example using the he, she, it. Okay? You can say, she has, okay? Because remember, she, we were talking about he, she, it, we have to use the auxiliary word has. So she has studied for her test. So my sentence says she has studied, that is my past participle, for her test. That is my object. Good. So she has studied for her test. Perfect. It follows the formula. Now, let's look at negative sentences. It's basically the same thing. The only difference is we're adding this negation or the word not. Let's see. We can say they, And because we're using the word they, we have to use the word have. So they have not. Now remember, these two words can make a contraction. So it's they haven't. Okay? So they haven't, let's say, eaten. And we can say today. They have not eaten today, or they haven't eaten today. That means that they haven't had a chance to eat, right? So they haven't eaten today. Does it follow our formula? Let's see. So they is my subject. And now I have to use one of these two, but because we're using the word they, I have to use the word have. And then our formula asks for us to include the negation, so not. And then the past participle, eaten. What is my object? I decided to go with today, so they have not eaten today. So yes, this follows our formula. So now we see positive and negative. Let's look at questions. So you want to start off with the auxiliary word have and has, okay? And depending on your subject, that's who we're going to be using, have or has. After you selected have or has, you need to select your subject, okay? And then your past participle. After that, we need the object and the important thing, a question mark, because we're making questions, okay? So let's say that for this sentence, I want to talk about he, okay? If I'm using he, what auxiliary word should I use? Should I use have or has? We will be using has, okay? Because we're speaking about he. So has he, okay, has he, let's say, studied, has he studied English? And then my question mark, okay? So has he studied English? Does it follow my formula? Well, let's look. Has, okay, my auxiliary has. Then I have my subject, he, my past participle, which is studied, and then I included my object, which is English. So yes, it's good. It follows my formula. Okay, and that's pretty much it. Remember, don't overcomplicate it. It's pretty simple. Just follow the formula, put in your words. The only one part that I would say it's a little difficult is learning your past participle. But take the time, study your lists. Thank you for watching. I hope this was of some help to you. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below or send us an email. Thank you.